You're watching live from Paris here on France 24. Time to say hello to Cole Stangler for the business. Hi, Cole. You're going to be starting off with market reaction to Donald Trump's positive COVID test.
That's right. It was a bit of a rough day on Wall Street Friday. And as the old cliche goes, investors do not like uncertainty. And while this news made for a whole lot of it, as questions linger over the extent of the outbreak in the White House. The S&P ultimately finishing the day down around 1%. As you can see, their losses. Meanwhile, on the tech-heavy NASDAQ, more than 2%. Shares on the Dow Jones holding at around 0.5% losses. Actually, they're linked to some renewed optimism that Congress may consider bailouts for the airline industry. Now, earlier in the day, European markets ended the day just around the flat line. The FTSE actually shaking off that news about Trump to finish around 0.4% in positive territory. The CAC 40 holding just about even. The DAX over in Frankfurt lost about 0.33%. Now, also weighing on Wall Street Friday was the release of the U.S.'s closely watched monthly jobs report. While it found the unemployment rate fell slightly, job growth was still lower than expected. It underlines just how fragile the recovery is and comes as Congress continues to debate new stimulus measures. Wasim Cornett has the details.
The U.S. economy is continuing to create new jobs, but a lot less than what's needed to erase the losses that were incurred during the coronavirus pandemic. That is the main takeaway from the September jobs report, the last monthly update before the presidential election. The country's employers added 661,000 jobs in September, the fifth straight month of job gains. That has allowed the unemployment rate to drop to 7.9%. But the devil is in the details. The drop in joblessness mostly reflects a drop in the number of people seeking work, rather than an uptick in hiring. And the gains that were made mostly come from workers who were laid off in the spring and are now being hired back. This month's jobs report continues to dash hopes of a quick, V-shaped recovery. So far, the U.S. has only recovered half of the 22 million jobs that have been lost so far this year. And Washington's failure to reach an agreement on a stimulus plan could delay a recovery even further. On Thursday, Democrats passed a $2.2 trillion recovery package in the House of Representatives. Most Republicans, though, say the bill is too large, and the Senate has yet to agree to a compromise. In the meantime, thousands of people are continuing to lose their jobs. The aviation sector remains one of the hardest hit. Just this week, United Airlines and American Airlines were forced to furlough 32,000 employees.
Now, the pandemic also looks set to claim some more job losses here in France. Employees of catering giant Elior are reeling from news that the company is prepared to slash nearly 1,900 jobs. Comes amid a broader shift towards telecommuting. Elior says its client staffers now work from home around twice a week as opposed to once a week before the pandemic. That trend has left fewer people in the office and fewer people in cafeterias. Unions representing Elior workers say the proposed cuts come at a very difficult time.
Les restaurants qui sont fermés actuellement, ce sera des licenciements francs. Et là, c'est notre plus grosse inquiétude. Et ça, vu la conjoncture actuelle, ça va être très, très compliqué.
Now, staying here in France, where gym employees took to the streets of Paris this afternoon. They protested against government-imposed closures of their workplaces, measures that have been in place for just over a week in a handful of cities across France. The sector's opposition to the shutdowns have triggered a series of court battles. While the health ministry plans to revisit its policies on a sport-by-sport basis, some industry workers say they're tired of all the uncertainty.
La filière du sport, toute activité confondue, est en souffrance. Et c'est dans les heures qui viennent qu'on a besoin d'une solution sur laquelle on est prêt à faire des efforts pour se réadapter, clairement. Mais en tout cas, on ne pourra pas attendre encore un délai incertain.
And finally, well, it's been a rough Friday for many on the markets. One footwear company is among the minority seeing gains. Shares for American firm Crocs were up around 0.7% earlier. That boost came after singer Justin Bieber appeared to hint at a collaboration. He shared a photo of the shoes in a swimming pool with the message, "Soon." Crocs shares then reached their highest level since 2007. Chris, wouldn't be the first time the brand has rolled out a major partnership, Post Malone and Balenciaga, among others, to collaborate with, you might say, the much maligned shoe company.
It's impressive stuff. Cole, thank you very much. That was your business.